I'll tell you what I miss, other than my ex, sometimes, whatever, genuine mysteries in gaming. The ones where they're probably not even true, but the possibility that they are is arguably even more enthralling than the game itself. Secret characters, hidden stages, unorthodox cheat codes. Since the dawn of video games themselves, developers have reveled in slyly implementing content that was incredibly hard to find, and you just don't get that anymore. You remember them, don't you? Those dastardly little inclusions that were only ever rumors at best, but your friend's older brother's best mate swore would work if you only used this one code. But they never did though, did they? No matter how many times you spam searched Wesker's desk. Thanks, Mike. Anyway, my name is Adam Cleary, and these are 8 elaborate video game urban legends everyone believed. But before we begin, why not subscribe to stay notified? Ding, ding, done. Number 8, Mew, Pokemon Red and Blue. Spreading across school playgrounds at the turn of the millennium was the belief that if you could surf around the back of the SS Anne after it departed Vermilion City, you could use the HM's strength to move a truck and unearth Mew, the 151st Pokemon. Going to start with this one as it's the one that I've personally invested / admittedly wasted the most amount of time in during high school. We tried absolutely everything, me and my friends, to do this one, using Missing No, having Mewtwo in a certain slot in your party, but it just never worked. Even if you could get to the truck, you could not move it. Without the luxury of high-speed internet and the subsequent in-depth video tutorials and social media that comes with it, there was no way of telling the many children of my generation that this whole Mew thing was a complete load of bollocks. Nobody even knows where the truck thing came from or why it stuck, but it didn't work. Number 7, obtaining the Triforce, Ocarina of Time. Is it possible to obtain the complete Triforce in Ocarina of Time? Absolutely, the answer is no, but in 1999, when the N64 cartridge for Link's first 3D adventure still retained that fresh plastic smell, the answer was, well, yes, maybe? Various theories on how to obtain the supreme artifact were posted the months after launch, but one held firmer than any other. You had to play the secret Ocarina song, Overture of the Sages, and that would lead you to the Temple of Light and then finally the Triforce. Sadly though, this all came from one player, Ariana Almando, who sent a load of hazy and yes, now obviously very fake images into a fan site showing themselves doing this and obtaining the Triforce. But after a little bit of detective work, it was revealed that yes, they were completely full of shit. Still though, that one got all the way to my school. Number 6, there is no cow level, Diablo. Forget about the very real demonic invasion going on. There was a rumour circling around Diablo that there was a level full of evil cows that could be accessed by furiously clicking on one of the village's many bovine inhabitants until it would simply show you a portal. Who knows where the this one came from, but thousands upon thousands of players thought it was true and subsequently sank tens if not hundreds of thousands of hours into clicking on the cows in the hope it would work. It never did. Still though, developers Blizzard found this whole thing so funny that they actually included a level full of evil bipedal cows in Diablo 2 and still kept making references to it in Diablo 3. Plus, there is no cow level was even a cheat in StarCraft that made you win the mission automatically. Not that I ever used it. Number 5, Bigfoot, GTA San Andreas. Rockstar loves to give players little secrets to find, and the biggest rumour surrounding San Andreas was that if you trailed through the countryside for long enough, you'd encounter Bigfoot. Players sank tens, if not hundreds of thousands of hours into looking for him. You see, after the, let's call it slightly problematic inclusion of the hot coffee mod in GTA San Andreas, reissues that took out the offending code were rumoured to include genuine code for Bigfoot, and thus people began to look for him. And as sure as day turns into night, this led to a frenzy of faked images appearing on the internet claiming to prove once and for all that Bigfoot in the game, just like in real life, was real. But nope, not a single one of them. They were all mods or just fakes, and what a waste of everybody's time. Number 4, Nude Raider, Tomb Raider. In short, this was the belief that inputting one particular string of numbers would cause Tomb Raider's Lara Croft to eschew her clothing and go about her business stark naked. That business being looking for treasure, completely naked. Shout out to everybody else who was at the exact correct age to think this was a massive deal. Absolutely every single adolescent male between the ages of about 12 and 38 at the time of the game's release was convinced that this was real, and they all had a theory on how to make it work. Sadly though, for all of us, all of them. It wasn't to be though, and there was never a single code in the game that allowed this to happen. You had to have a very illegal mod. A mod so illegal, in fact, that Eidos tried to have it banned and imprison the people who'd made it, I think. Number 3, Shenlong, Street Fighter 2. In order to bring the mysterious Shenlong out of hiding, players needed to reach the final battle against M. Bison and force a draw 10 times on the trot without taking any damage. Only then would the mystery fighter reveal themselves. Absolute bullshit. You see, Gaming Mag, Electronic Gaming Monthly, ran a Tricks of the Trade piece in their April 1992 edition and included, as an April Fool's joke, this completely fabricated unlock code. Now, other publications then saw that and ran it as fact, and thus it was gospel. In the end, it turned out that the whole "you must overcome Shenlong to win" line was merely a mistranslation from Japanese. It was supposed to say "you must overcome the Shoryuken," which makes actual sense, as opposed to a person who doesn't exist. Number 2, L is Real 2401, Super Mario 64. Very easy, this one. There was a plinth in Peach's castle that read L is Real 2401. The meaning here was that if you returned with that exact number of coins, you would unlock L, or Luigi, as his mother calls him. The real inspiration behind this one was that Nintendo had, I don't want to say promised, but loosely hinted that there would be multiplayer in Super Mario 64, so when it wasn't obviously available, people assumed you must have to unlock it somehow, and discovering this piece of text thought, got it. But the truth was that during development, it had to cut the multiplayer element entirely and just had, forgotten to tell people. Plus, if you squint, it doesn't really say L is Real 2401, does it? It doesn't say anything. The problem was, you see, that most people were playing their N64s on TVs. I count myself amongst that number, and if somebody tells you that's what it said, you can't really see that it doesn't, so it's stuck. Shame, really. Number 1, Akuma, Resident Evil 2. Once inside the Umbrella Corporation's labs, the player, as either Claire or Leon, needed to enter Akuma's name into the lab's console. They then had to subsequently complete all scenarios with both characters 6 times using only the knife and the handgun. Upon the 7th playthrough, they found Akuma waiting for you and dragon punching fun could ensue. Quite why the entire world became so obsessed for a few months with the idea of unlocking Akuma as a Resident Evil 2 playable character is, quite frankly, beyond me, but nonetheless it did. And this, of course, was all down to Electronic Gaming Monthly. Again, how can you even do April Fool's jokes in a monthly magazine, you f***ing wums? He wasn't in the game at all though, and players went through the same rigmarole of trying absolutely everything to make him appear, but wasn't gonna happen. He wasn't there. Great joke that, lads, eh? Well done, dickheads. So there you have it. Thank you very much for watching. If you can remember any of the best gaming urban legends, please do shout them out in the comments below. And of course, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. In the meantime, though, thank you so much for watching. My name has been, as always, Adam Cleary, and I'll see you soon.